right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of our Leverage podcast. We're on number 25, 26, somewhere in that neighborhood. So looking forward to today's guest. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself. I always have a lot of respect and honor and pride for my fellow veterans, both ladies and guys, and Montez happens to be one of those. So again, kudos to you. Appreciate your service, sir. And tell us a little bit about who you are and how you make money.
All right. So I'm Montez Jones, owner of Tez Jones Training Solutions, and we make money. We get hired to help organizations with leadership development, and leadership development is normally not a one-time thing. It's a relationship that we have with our organization. So we take them through things in order to take people from here to there. So wherever they are right now, they want to get to another place. In between there is growth. So I'm a certified speaker, teacher, trainer, coach, and facilitator. I facilitate some John Maxwell material as well as some of my own material to help people to get from here to there and grow.
Yeah, I love that. Most of our clients or guests that have come into our office space know we run like a quarterly mastermind, and we're always looking for guests to come in. In fact, I've flown in some of my chief master sergeants from my unit in Colorado to come in and teach about like real military. Like, in fact, you laugh at this. We had our sales team on the floor. We had them show up at like 0700 and the lobby down on the base floor. We're on the 6th floor, and my military guy and 2 or 3 of us up there had a bunch of bullhorns barking at them when they first walked in. We gave them a little boot camp taste in the morning. They were like, "What the hell is going on?" But I digress. I'm not sure if that was good leadership training or not, but we woke them up ready to go for the day. So, but yeah, we do a lot of masterminds here. Would love to talk further with you. Maybe there's an opportunity sometime down the road to come in and speak to our audience of usually 75 to 100 people we bring in on a quarterly basis. But anyways, yeah, I love leadership. I think that's one of the myths. I think to me, leadership and emotional intelligence are two of the things I tend to kind of like think there's a lacking of a lot of times in humans. So talk to me a little bit about the leadership side, because I believe the military is can be one of the best institutions, right, to teach leadership. So talk to me a little bit about your background and how leadership plays a role in your business, in your life, and other businesses. Take that where you want to go with it.
Yeah, when it comes to leadership is this big concept that people look at. So I love how you brought that in. If an organization says we want leadership development, but we really don't know where to start, but we want our leaders to grow. So we have a program that we can take organizations who are not sure about that. So you take this big concept and you break it down. So we do the Maxwell Disc Growth Assessment. I just did one with a team in San Antonio last week, and came in on a Wednesday, did the workshop. We did a full day team building, but we started with the disc growth assessment. I got an email from my point of contact on Thursday. She said, "Montez, they're already using what we learned in this workshop." And that's one of the greatest things that you can hear as a facilitator, that they're learning it, they learned it, and they're using it, because we're looking at application. So you take this big concept called leadership, you break it down. We use the Maxwell Disc Growth Assessment. And then number 2 is values. The growth assessment tells you who you are. The best leader knows themselves. So when you talk about leadership, how are you leading and what journey you're taking them on? Leader and ship. If the best leaders know themselves and they know how they lead. So we use that growth assessment for self-leadership, and then for people to know them. Then we may go into values. As you know, in Air Force, you can probably spit out the core values right now: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. I've been out for over 10 years now, and those things are ingrained right here. So, and they come out not just through words, but through actions. So we need to know a person's values. Their value system, beliefs drive behavior. So what do you believe in? And then how do those manifest into behaviors? And like we say with this, I'm not putting you in a box, but you have preferences,
Mhm.
and then you act out those preferences. You have strengths and weaknesses. We need to know those things so we can work with you as we lead. Then your values, belief
Mhm.
drives behavior. So, and then our third one, you said it, emotional intelligence. Emotions are data.
Yeah.
So for my folks who say, "Oh, I'm not emotional. I don't have emotions." Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Let someone in your family pass away that you
Yeah.
really really love. Let your dog or your cat pass away.
Mhm.
You'll have
Yeah.
some emotions, and they might not be up here like some people's emotions, but you might be calm, cool, and collected. But we need to know that because emotions are data. So we have a three-pronged process if an organization does not really know. I don't know really where to start, Montez.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's work on these three, and then we can pull in there. Do you have um, lower level or employees that just want to grow? They
Yeah.
love where they are, but they want to grow. Do you have middle management that wants to grow? We have a program for them. Do you have senior management that wants to grow? And all of
Ye-
this really came from military because I
Yeah.
started out as a cop, walking the flight line, walking what we would call priority A aircraft way back when. And now, right now, they're priority C. So people don't even care about them aircraft anymore. But I was walking them as a cop,
Yeah.
and then I cross trained into equal opportunity doing sexual harassment discrimination. That's where I really cut my teeth on facilitation,
Mhm.
and how to really facilitate something that may be serious, but you can make it fun and you can have people understand. Then I went to Airman Leadership School and taught Airman Leadership School for 5 years. So everybody, all the E4s in the Air Force had to go through this school, and I was at Seymour Johnson teaching Airman Leadership School. Went back to equal opportunity and ended my career as a strategic advisor in Air Education and Training Command. So all of that prepared me for what I do today when it comes to leadership development.
Yeah, I love that. Would you say leadership? I know you. It's a setup question a little bit. So would you say leadership can be learned, or leadership is ingrained in somebody already?
Both.
Okay.
You've heard the phrases leaders are born, not made. Some people say that, and some people have switched it to say leaders are not born, but we can make them. It's both. Leaders have to be born, one, and I can make you a great leader. I can teach you how to be a great leader. It's just when you teach people to be a great leader, they have to be coachable because
Yeah.
and they have to be adaptable. One
Mhm.
one of the leaders that I've studied, and I'm a basketball fanatic, is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, when he first came in the league, was look, if you don't work as hard as me, you're no good. I don't care who you are. And he told Shaq at one time, he said, if you had my work ethic, we could have 11 rings. He would have been the best big man ever. But Kobe said that in an interview. But he was so dominant when he got on the court. It wasn't about him, it was about the team, but it was about the team winning. He was a
Yeah.
winner. And then as he got older, he changed his leadership style a little bit to say, I need to teach them how to do X, Y, and Z. So when you talk about how to raise up a leader, some people start out as I don't want to be a leader. I can't be a leader, but we can teach them leadership concepts that they can learn. And once they learn those leadership concepts and learn that leaders fail,
Yeah.
then they can become a great leader.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you teach letter? Just because we're talking a little leverage here on the podcast show as well. What is your how do you help leaders delegate? Right? How do you have them apply leverage into their business, into their life? What are you assessing as a leader, coaching and training them on when it's time to pull the trigger. Now, I count leverage as a lot of things. Could be a coach, right? On leadership training, could be a leverage piece, right? It could be a gym coach, a fitness coach. It could be an admin. I use the term leverage very loosely. So fill that in however you decide to fill that in.
Yeah. When you talk about leveraging, you are actually leveraging people. And as a leader, you have to leverage people in order to get the mission accomplished, not the small mission, the big mission, because you have to leverage people who want the big picture. There are some people that are big picture thinkers. Don't tell me just to do this report. I want to know, I got to do this report, and where's it going to go, and how is it going to fit into this big picture? And some people are just do it people. So you leverage in your leadership style to the person that you're trying to lead to get the best from them, or to get the best out of them, as some people say. And when you talk about leveraging, it may be a course that they need to go through, or it may be just one-on-one coaching. I don't want to go through a course with a bunch of people, Montez. I just want to be coached. These days, usually I don't do a lot of one-on-one coaching. I do power coaching sessions. So when I first started, I used to do an hour coaching session, and that used to wear me out. And then I said, well, and we learned in the Air Force how to mentor. We really didn't learn how to coach.
Right.
So now I do 30-minute power coaching sessions. It's like, okay, give me what you got. Now let's get in. We're going to get in, we're going to get it, and we're going to get off. And then we'll come back in, and I'll be your accountability partner. What'd you do with, those type of things. But to go back to your question with delegation, delegation for leaders is difficult. And I tell them, you got to have a lot of grace with yourself, and you got to have a lot of grace with other folks, because you do podcasts, Mike, you do it great. And when you talk about podcasts now, if you pass that on to somebody else, if you delegate it, you're going to look at the podcast and you're going to say one or two things. One, ooh, I wouldn't have asked that question. Oh, they should have done this. Oh, we need to cut that piece out. And now you're saying this all in your head, but you're not thinking of the person that you delegated it to. One, did you tell them everything that you wanted done, or how you do it? Two, they're not going to be as good as you.
I see that. Yeah, I see that a lot.
So now it's like Mike is saying, ooh, they're not going to be a good leader. No, it's because they don't have the years of experience that you have.
100%. And I see that all the time, especially with businesses using a virtual assistant or a US-based hire. It doesn't matter to me. It is a personnel of some type, and they either don't have the systems in place because it's all up in their brain, right? A lot of solopreneurs are that way for sure. Or they think they're the only ones that can do it the way it gets done, which is a myth, right? We all go down that path. And I'm like, I always tell people, go look at the corporate world. Everybody is replaceable in the corporate world. I don't care how good you think you are, you're replaceable. So guess what? As a business owner, you can be replaced for the lower level tasks that you should be focusing your time and energy on, the higher level, higher dollar productive tasks, right? You got to let go, right? And a lot of people don't want to let go because, like you just mentioned, right? It's like, you're not doing it the way I do it. Well, who says the way you're doing it is the best way? You may be telling yourself that, but if you don't give other people the opportunity, you're never going to grow through unique, ideas, right? Things like that. Yeah.
And then to go back to delegating, sometimes as a leader of an organization or a company, you don't want to listen to new ideas.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've been doing it this way for a long time. And in the military, we did it this way at this base. We did it. You're not at that base anymore. You're here. Be present here.
That is so true. That's true. What do you? What's the biggest thing you're focused on growing right now? You and your business.
Yeah, I'm focusing on growing. I'm still growing as I teach classes. I have a class coming up called Developing the Leader Within You 2.0 with 6 power group coaching sessions. So it's John teaching 30-minute vignettes with a guide sheet, and then we come on for an hour and a half once a week. And it's, what did you learn? What was your biggest takeaway? What can you apply right now? What is something that maybe you look forward to down the road that he taught in one of these chapters, in this chapter that we're talking about in this power group coaching session? So I'm focusing on building the next level of leaders who are coming in with great ideas, but their leadership is either getting ready to transition out. So we're looking at succession, or the leader is saying, I'm leaving. I don't want to start anything really big, but I still need them to grow. So when they step to this next level, now they can implement those big ideas and the things that they're looking at. So I'm still growing myself. I'm still growing my team, and I have a very informal team and accountability partners. So I'm looking at growing them, and just and I'm also looking at growing my church. So I'm not a pastor, but I talked to a couple pastors. So I'm trying to grow church leaders, because our spiritual leaders from a secular standpoint. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm not a Bible scholar. I can teach you how to lead, because if you look at nonprofits, especially churches, who's the hard is two people that are hardest people to lead. One is yourself, and two is volunteers.
That is so true. That's so true. I don't have experience with that, but I know my father left IBM, right, as 35 years or something crazy there, and then took a job at the church, right? And he's like, wow, that's like a nothing wrong with either one. It was just a night and day different experience on how things got done in the military and the corporate world versus how things operated in the church. A little slower, a little more methodical. And I just brought back that memory. What gives you the most leverage today, right, in your business, in your world? Could be a software, could be a people. What does that look like?
The most leverage right now for me, I'm doing my best to use Go High Level. So cool. to get that done. And then also I use a platform called Grow Karma for my digital offerings, where people can go on and either they can do self-paced, or they can do like I'm doing, developing a leader within you with 6 power coaching sessions. They can do it on their own if they like. So I'm doing a lot more digital courses, self-paced if you want. But I've learned in my company and doing this, it's a lot of people, don't want to read. Let's be real. So if I say, hey, here's a book, go read it, and you're like, okay. They rather watch a video, take a few notes, and then come in. And the best way to learn is to get a group of people, mastermind group, and I call it master class. Now let's talk about it, because you hear different ideas from different people and different perspectives. And then when you go through it by yourself, it's like, okay, yeah, I went through it. I got a certificate. I can check the box. But I used to do kind of the similar thing in Afghanistan. And it was amazing when you can get 30 people in a room for almost a whole day to learn about leadership from John Maxwell. And some of them just got off a shift at 6 o'clock in the morning. We started at 8. And you see them getting up, standing up in the back of the classroom, because they want to stay awake, because they thirst for leadership and leadership growth. And they stay in there till 3 o'clock and say, oh, I got to go get a couple hours of sleep because I got to go back to another shift. Like, woo, okay.
I love the collaboration, the masterminds, and honestly, that's one of the cool things I enjoy about doing the podcast, because I get to hear different personalities, different opinions. I'm always collecting data from people, and I may not always agree with everything that a guest says, but it's fun for me. It's my way of learning, right? Like I think you said something really appropriate earlier, was like, where are you growing? You're growing yourself, right? You're still learning. You're still pouring knowledge into your brain. I think so many times people walk away from that to some degree, because they just focus too much on the grind of the business, whatever's going on, right? But it's like, if you're going to be the best, the smartest person in the room, you got to continue to grow as a leader, which means you got to keep pouring knowledge, education, surrounding yourself, right, with other leaders, right? All of those things play a significant role into your continual growth pattern.
Absolutely.
What's something that you feel like people that should be leveraging out more, right? What's kind of a low dollar task? What's kind of something that you feel like, or even in your world, right? Like, what is something that people should be delegating out more?
Social media type advertisements and those type of things. That used to take me a lot of time. Okay, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? Am I going to use a video? Am I just going to go straight to camera? Can I find a picture that is not proprietary to use with this? Am I going to do a voiceover? Here lately, I've started to do voiceovers. Just find a picture and do a voiceover and let it ride. And delegating that, and stop trying to look for perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you, just kind of random question here, but I think as we talked about social media a lot, like I think people are craving more and more authenticity, right? Like just in general, social media or just in real conversations with people. And I think that is one of the levels of leadership, right? Is being an authentic leader. So maybe tell me in like 2 minutes or less where you kind of see that authenticity and leadership and how those blend together.
Yeah, people want to know that you're a person. If you've ever been on your phone and someone texts you, and this happened to me last week because I had to buy a new car. So I was on the phone texting. I had looked up a car and I immediately got a text. Hey, my name is such and such, and I'm here to help you with this car. Okay, what's the cost of it? Here's the cost. We've unlocked this cost for you. Okay, now I'm military. Do you give a military discount? Well, we understand military is da 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 da. And I said, are you a person or an AI bot? Well, I'm your personalized AI bot. Okay, now I don't want to talk to you anymore. And it's the same thing with leadership. When you think about leadership, am I talking to your representative or am I talking to you as a person? Can you see me with a 10 on my forehead? I'm not saying that I always act like a 10 or I'm always a 10, but can you see that 10 as a potential, me being the potential of a 10? I have to look at everybody as having that potential, and hopefully they'll live up to that potential. That's where the authenticity comes into play. And then when I'm not a 10, do you talk to me like a 2? Yeah, like your child, like your pet? No, you talk to me like a man and or a woman, and let's get to the bottom of this. Then authenticity comes within me because I have to be honest with myself, to be honest with you, and then we build trust. One of the things about organizations right now is we really haven't built trust. There's a lot of people, as we teach in the 5 levels of leadership, living on that permission level. I'm following you because I have to, not necessarily because I want to, or you've done anything that says, I will really want to follow you.
Aspire to follow you as opposed to it's part of the pecking order. I have to follow you.
We remember it back in the military. We used to say, I'll flip you for it.
Yeah, 100%. What's something entrepreneurs, or we can even put in leaders, like future upcoming leaders, what are they underestimating?
Like I said, the potential of their people. Yeah. Because sometimes entrepreneurs or even organizations don't allow their people to grow and breathe. Because if I fail, I may get fired. Yeah. But if I fail at something, hopefully I tried something new. And if I tried something new, now how bad did it hurt the organization to get me fired? Yeah. I can't be a yes person for you. I need to be someone that's going to take this organization and take it to the next level, or help you to take it to the next level. And there may be some failure in there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't kill
Agreed.
anybody. I didn't lose $1 million. You know, what is it, and what did you do? How did you do it? How can we jump back on the
Yeah,
bicycle and continue to ride?
absolutely. Absolutely. What's a lesson that you've learned the hard way?
Oh, try trying some of these new programs that may be out and not having the time to really learn them.
Yeah.
So you got a year subscription, and all of these subscriptions, everything does something different. What do you really need, and what do you just want? You know,
100%.
yeah. Do you need something that makes a picture into a video, and how much is that going to cost? How many credits you got to use? Can you have one thing in one area? So
Yeah.
I've learned that stop buying into all of these subscriptions, and if you're not using it, cut it off.
100%. Yeah, I look at that all the time, and it's just like, you start with this, and then the next one comes out with a better version, and then the next one comes out with a better version, and you're just always playing the chase game up the ladder. And it's like, if you just stick with the one version, you would have probably slayed it, instead of wasting so much time rebuilding each of the new softwares. Oh yeah, by the way, signing 1-year commitments, paying for credits.
That's it. And it'll come if you stay with that one.
Yeah.
It seems like all of these catch up with each other.
They do.
Sooner or later.
Yeah. I mean, I even look at, like, I don't know why this concept hit me, but it's like, even like web browsers back in the day, right? It was like, IE was the go-to in the began. And then all of a sudden Google Chrome came in, right? And all these different players came in. Safari came in. Eventually, they all basically did the same thing. Some got more popular than others, but ultimately, yeah, I mean, I don't know why I came up with that scenario, but it's pretty much true, right? They all eventually will do the same thing you said. All right, I want to hit a lightning round with you real quick. These will just be short bullets, answers from you. Favorite business book?
Favorite business book, 21 Laws of Leadership.
Love it. Love it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me back up.
Yeah.
Let me back up. Favorite business book, Think and Grow Rich.
All right. Yeah, that was a good one too. Best purchase under $1,000.
Go High Level.
All right. Yeah, I like that one. I said my wife's ring once, and that didn't go over well.
No.
Let's see. Favorite AI tool you're using right now?
Favorite AI tool. Oh, Chat GPT right now. I'm getting ready to switch, but yeah.
Cool. Let's go with favorite app you're using on your phone, or most used app you're using on the phone.
Really, it's not YouTube. Yeah. Is it YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah, I get YouTube. I get Facebook. I get YouTube. All right, you got the YouTube going.
Yeah,
right on. All right, what's your most impactful habit?
Speaking, actually, and I say speaking because I have to speak. I'm a speaker, so I do something with speaking every day.
Yeah, love that.
And the other one is praying.
Nice. Okay, very good one. One thing that you would automate immediately if you could automate it and make a magic wand.
Social media.
Love it. One thing that you would never delegate.
A facilitation to a client that is hiring me.
Yeah, love it. All right, that's all that I have. Any parting thoughts for you, and I'll close the show up. If not, any closing thoughts? Not to put you on the spot.
Hey, if anyone needs leadership development, I love to gamify things also. So if you need your sales training gamified, let me know, because gamifying sales, they're the most impactful and loud crowd that I have when I gamify sales training.
Love it. I'll get you in touch with my CRO and sales director, and we'll let them figure out that's a really good opportunity. If people want to reach out to you, Montez, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
My website is www.tjts14.com. That's my website, or you can email me at info@tjts tjts14.com. You can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. I put most of the stuff out there, and I will tell you, I'm still old school. I'm kind of using it for business and not necessarily personal. So when you talk about authenticity, then you might not see too many personal things out there. But
that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And as the guests know, everybody watching, they can reach out to me. They can connect with me. You know, they can put a comment into the YouTube that we're doing here when we post it. So always reach out. Other than that, man, great show. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day. I really value and respect the time that you guys take away from your business to do this. Leadership is not a topic that we've gotten a chance to touch on in 23 episodes so far. So I'm really cool, and it's really cool and exciting to be able to see that topic come about, because I'm a huge believer in that. Now I just got to do one on emotional intelligence now, because that just struck a bell.
Hey, if you need me to do that, I got that too. Okay, Mike? No, thank you so much for allowing me to be on your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Any help that you need, let me know.
I will do that. Thank you, sir. And again, if you want to reach out, I can connect you with Montez. And again, thank you for your service again. And we'll say goodbye to our guests for now.
All right. Have a good one.